Back to another stream. I'm trying to stream today through Zap.stream because it has the ability to forward to other platforms. So I should check and see if I'm live on those platforms. So maybe I'll go to Twitch. I'm on my laptop. Let's see. I don't really know if it says that I'm live. Oh, it does say that I'm live. Okay. Alright, it works. Problem is, though, that I don't think I can change the title when I stream to these platforms, but I guess that's fine. I'll just find a way to, change it on, the actual sites. But that's kind of cool. I don't have to spend money on Restream anymore. I can just use Zap.stream. And it seems like it's much cheaper, which is very nice. The title is not what we're doing today, so let me update the title. We're going to be doing, jeez, I have terrible allergies. We're going to be doing some Neovim node client development today. So Neovim node client plugin develop. How do you spell development? Not like that. Development? Maybe that's right. Alright, let's do YouTube as well. Okay. I don't know if this is... Oh, this is members only for some reason over on YouTube? That's not good. Let's change that. Edit. Doing this. Already, this is easier to use than Restream though, which is nice. What is all this bullshit? Yeah, whatever. Okay, it's still members only. I gotta figure out how to oh, there we go, visibility. Public. Done. Okay, this is public now. The stream's current bitrate is lower than the recommended bitrate. I don't know what the recommended bitrate is. It says good connection, not excellent connection, but maybe that's fine. And then kick, even though I don't know how many followers I can even truly get on kick. Stream preview. Oh, that's that. It says I'm offline. Maybe it just didn't update. No, it still says I'm offline. Well, whatever. We got YouTube. And we have Twitch. Let me update the title over on YouTube, though. How's it going, Sidham? Miss you a lot? Well, I'm here. Let me edit this. Wait, it already says that. Okay, yeah. Alright, I think we're good now. Okay, let's open up the chat here on my channel. Where did that sound? All right. How's it going, Singularis? Yeah, it has been a minute. So we got that. Let's also do Twitch. And then there is a chat over on Zap.stream as well. I just don't know how to use it or how to get to it. Oh, thank God my stream key is hidden. I thought these were titles, but they're not. They're like the platforms that I'm streaming to. How do I see like that I'm live? Like it says, okay, that I'm live. There we go. They're like the platforms that I'm. Okay, wait a minute. Let's do this. Turn that all the way down. Okay, and then there's messages here for that. All right, so we're just gonna. We got the different things. It's also complicated. There's like a chat button here somewhere. There used to be like a chat button. I guess maybe, am I logged in? Yeah. It's too complicated. All right, we're going to use the chat over on YouTube. How's it going, Cypherwolf? All right, so put a like. I mean, there's like, you know, at least like 5 people watching. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get started working on this Neovim plugin. We're going to be writing it in TypeScript. So, or at least, you know, we're going to be writing it in Lua, but also TypeScript. Graduate high school, off to university. Nice. What university? But yeah, so TypeScript today and Neovim. So we're going to talk about how that all kind of works together, how the Node client works, and all that kind of good stuff. So let me make sure that I'm all up to date. Well, Neovim's already up to date. Let me update my packages and stuff. And watch, one breaks, and then we have to do that instead of like actually working on something. But I'm going to need to update, like I'm going to need to pull in updates anyway, so it is what it is. All right, we're good. We're good. So this is going to be a plugin. It's going to be called Noster. Oh, it's already active. Interesting. All right. And you know what? I'm going to completely do it from scratch. So like if you don't know how, if like for instance, if you've ever wanted to create a Neovim plugin and there's maybe some package in TypeScript or JavaScript or NPM or whatever that you want to use in your plugin, but you haven't been able to do that, then this video would be helpful for you. Or like, I've seen a few projects actually. I don't know if COC uses the Node client. I'm assuming they do because they write a lot of their stuff in TypeScript. And then there's like the Neovim VS Code plugin thing, and then that thing's using the Node client as well. So you know there's uses. Double majoring and minoring. Wow, you're gonna be gonna have your hands full there. So now we're gonna get rid of a lot of this stuff. We'll clone this, but I'm gonna just check out like a different branch. We'll call the branch I don't know, equal to, I have one out called testing, so we'll call this one test. We're probably gonna end up using NUI.envim as a dependency, probably to do some of the UI stuff. We may not get to the UI stuff during this. And then this build step, we're gonna change that build step later on. This was from before I really understood what was happening. We still, I think, need this, but we're going to be writing it in TypeScript now, so I'm not going to be like putting everything in the R plugin directory and doing all that. So, okay, I think this is good to start with. Now let's, and I'm hoping that with this URL here, that it's going to clone it with SSH so that I can push changes up and stuff like that. So now let's go into .local share envim lazy. Okay, we're gonna blow away this plugin. The name is gonna be called noster.envim. And so what I'm gonna be doing is I'm gonna be trying to like, and maybe even by the middle or end of the stream, I should be able to like send messages from one Neovim instance to another. And so that's my idea. And also like post content directly from Neovim. So that's kind of the idea. So let's blow away this, and let's, well, I don't know if it's going to check or what. Let's just do make dir noster.mvim, see what happens. Yeah, it's complaining about that. Well, that's good. We'll go here. We're just going to go down there, get rid of that. Okay, everything's starting up fine. There's nothing in this directory at all, so we're going to be starting from scratch. So I've seen, I know there's the ability to like use lazy to point to like a directory, but I forget how to do that. So I'm just like, this is where your plugins are. Your plugins are in .local share mvim lazy, and then like you're going to have a bunch of directories in here. And each directory is, you know, it's obviously a GitHub repository with your Neovim plugin inside of it. And like, okay, for instance, mine's going to be called noster.mvim. And so I'm just going to like write the code directly inside of there. And like, that's my idea. I can't be bothered to learn how lazy works and go through all the documentation to figure out that setting. If someone knows it, maybe you could tell me, and then maybe we can do it that way. All right. So what do we need in here? We need well, we probably should initialize a TypeScript project. But let me think. There might be some other things we need to do first. Let's see. Well, we'll get around to those. Do we have the Neovim package? I don't know if you need globally the Neovim package. Actually, let's find out. Let's find out if everything works without it. So like if I do npm I flag g Neovim, or let's do uninstall flag g Neovim. Okay, so like I don't have the Neovim package installed globally. I don't think that I need to have the Neovim package installed globally, because I'm pretty sure I can just bundle it with my plugin. I think that's the idea. So, but we'll find out. So, okay. Now let's do npm I TypeScript, and then we'll do save dev. All right, now we have a package.json, a package lock.json, we have a node modules. Now I'm going to do npx tsc, and then we'll do init. All right, so now we have a new tsconfig.json file. This is important. I'm pretty sure I've tried to use it with like ESM, you know, like ES modules, compiling down to like ES modules, transpiling down, whatever, changing slightly less shitty TypeScript code into more shitty JavaScript code, whatever you want to call that, transpiling, compiling, whatever. But anyway, so you can turn TypeScript code into common.js, or you can turn it into like the new ES module stuff with like the better imports and all that kind of jazz. I don't think that the Neovim node client works with ES modules. I don't think it does. And so if you've ever seen extensions that are like .mjs versus .cjs versus .js, you'll usually see like one or the other. You'll usually see like, okay, if there's just JS files, they're probably going to be treated as like the default type that you have, which would be, you know, either CJ or like common.js or module.js. And if you see, so like, yeah, if you see like the CJS, it's common.js. If you see MJS, it's module.js. And then if you see like one, and then like if you see JS and MJS, then regular JS is CJS. And if you see JS with CJS, then regular JS is MJS. And that's extremely confusing, and that's because JavaScript is a shit show. But it is nice to use it when you can't use WebSockets inside of Lua and you don't really know how to do that. So, all right. Hopefully that's helpful. So from here, what am I going to do next? I think we have our tsconfig, but we're going to need a couple other things. We're going to need to edit the package.json. And so like this is all we have in here right now, which is certainly not enough. I have to, one second, I'm gonna probably reference this stuff that I added last time I was here. Okay. And, oh, okay, never mind. Can't do that. One second. Okay, yeah. I think this is what we want. All right, yeah. So, all right, in here, we're going to add a couple fields. There's so many fields to add in a package.json. So it's like, you know, what is necessary? Some stuff is only necessary if you're publishing to npm. Some stuff is only necessary if, like, you know, well, yeah, like if you see this thing as like a library, right? Or if you're publishing to npm, because you can also publish like executables to npm as well. So that stuff's not really important to us because we're just building a plugin. So we're just, I mean, we can give it like a name and stuff, and I'm not sure the name is even that important, but we can give it a name. So I'm going to call this one Noster.envim. Got to make sure to put a comma there. And for some reason, like the language server with JSON, like just is terrible for me. I don't know why. We could put an author, but no, I don't know, whatever. Put a version. I'm just going to say that this isn't like heavy alpha here. So then we'll put a license, which is not super important. You don't really have to like put a license here because like you're gonna bundle a license with your repository, but you can put that if you want. Now this one's important. Type, okay? Type. What can type be? I don't know if I can get like a. Oh, here we go. Yeah. If you see how I can get like messages in this package.json in Neovim, that's with the JSON schema plugin. So I can know like, you know, what things are inside of this package.json file. So when set to module, the type field allows a package to specify all .js files within our ES modules. And so if you remember, that's like what would be considered like an MJS file, right? And then if the type field is omitted or set to common.js, all .js files are treated as common.js. And so that would actually be CJS. So if you see a CJS, common.js. So when we say type now, every single JS file, regular JS file, is going to be treated as common.js. Now, it's not important for multiple reasons that we put this here. If you omit this, like it says right there, it will just default to common.js. So you have to put module there if you care. Also, I'm not really sure that it even matters because we're gonna be transpiling all this stuff with a different thing anyway. So I'm not even sure this matters, but it's just, you know, somewhat useful to know. So okay, so our main, this is gonna be like our entry point to our project. Now, the entry point to our project can't be a TypeScript file. TypeScript is, you know, TypeScript has to transpile to be useful. So you can't just like run TypeScript. I mean, you can with like TS Node or Bun or something like that, but even still, all it's doing is transpiling it and then running the JavaScript, you know, through their JavaScript engine or runtime or whatever. So we need to point at a JavaScript file. So we're not going to point at that one. We're going to point at our plugin /node/Noster /Noster.envim. Okay. Oh wait, no, just Noster, and then we're going to do index.js, like that. So this is our entry point. So this is the file that's going to be run when something's referencing this. Now the next thing we're going to do is add some scripts, and the scripts are going to be, we're going to have one for build. Now some people use TSC. I like TSUp, mostly because that's what I've used in the past, and I watched a tutorial on it one time. I'm pretty sure you can just use TSC, but TSUp is what I know how to use, and I do like it. We could also create a lint command and some other things, but this is fine. We only really need the build command. Now, we could specify dependencies here, but we're going to be installing them like later, and we're just going to let npm put them in this package for us. So that's pretty much all we need to do. Now let's install some dependencies. So now, okay, what do we have? We have the node modules directory, we have the package lock.json, we have the package.json, and we have the tsconfig.json. We're going to probably need to update the tsconfig.json as well. Let me see here. So, whoops. What we're going to do now is we can, well, we have a couple things we can do. Let's, I guess let's update the tsconfig first so we don't forget to do this. There's a lot of junk in here. It's all really confusing. It's really confusing. Let's try to leave the titles and let's go through this big ass file and talk about like what we actually need with the TypeScript compiler and what we don't. I'm just gonna keep the little things maybe on top. Actually, we don't even need this. We're just gonna be setting a few compiler options here. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of all this. Okay, so ES 2016, like what are our options? We can probably see when we start to type. So if I do like ES, yeah, these are like some available, well, I think they're available options, yeah. But we're just gonna go with ES6. Now the module, I guess, should be CommonJS. I don't really know if ES6 is the right thing to go with here, to be quite honest. We probably could leave it as this. Whatever. I don't really know. So now let's do module. I guess, I don't know. CommonJS is probably fine. Module resolution. Oops. What the hell? Oh, thank you so much. Let's get rid of that. Let's just get rid of these long like comments that are here. And now some of these, again, some of the things in this file are only going to be, they're only going to be relevant if you're creating like a package, or even if you're doing something with like React, you know. So you can go read about this file. This file always confuses the shit out of me. All right, so we got strict true. That's definitely one we want. ES module interop. I don't think that this is necessarily useful for us because we're going to be using CommonJS. We'll leave skip libcheck. What do we have? Force consistent in file names. Probably I want that. I actually like more. I like rules when I code, so like these kinds of rules, I guess. Now let's do. We can do out dir. Now, I don't know if this really matters because TSUp has its own config file, but we're going to do the same thing. We're going to do R plugin. I feel like it should be picking. Oh, we don't have the R plugin file yet. R plugin, node, noster, and then I think that's all we would need for that right there. Now, last thing is we'll do include, and we're going to need to include our files. So include like this, and I think this takes an array. Yeah, because it takes like different like paths and things. So we're gonna say everything in source.ts like that. All right, so this is our tsconfig file. Now let's install, well, let's also create like the directories we're gonna need. So we're gonna create an R plugin directory. We might as well do this with flag p. So we're going to create r plugin /node /noster. Okay, and so now if we do like tree r plugin, okay, it's this. It's r plugin node noster. Like why though, right? I can't really tell you a good reason. Well, I can kind of tell you a good reason why maybe. So let's go to the node client for Neovim. And R plugin. You can define a remote plugin. Okay, so R plugin stands for remote plugin, and then there's node. So node might be replaced maybe with like Python, because I'm pretty sure Neovim has like Python bindings as well. So you're gonna say so remote plugin for node, and this is gonna be the name of it. And then you're going to have index.js in there, and that's going to be like the entry point. All right. And so the reason is you can define a remote plugin as a file or folder in the R plugin node directory on Neovim's runtime path. If the plugin is a folder with the main script from the package.json will be loaded. Okay, so the main script is important from the package.json. So if we go back to the package.json, main script, and that's it, right? See? So R plugin, node, noster. Oh, we almost trolled ourselves here. So node noster index.js. All right. So now we have our tsconfig. We have our plugin, our remote plugin directory. We have our package.json. So now let's install some packages that we're going to be using. Some of them will be important to me and maybe not important to you if you're creating something different. So first I'm going to install a bunch of developer packages that I use because they make my life easier. npmi, can I put save dev before? I think there's also like just flag D. Yeah, I think you just do flag D and it puts it as a dev dependency. Let's test this first. So we're going to obviously install prettier. All right, because we want a formatter. So let's go test that. Did that work? Yeah. Okay. So we can just pass the big D. All right, and that'll get it done. So we'll get rid of prettier here now. I'm probably going to install ESLint, although I'm not going to probably be using it because ESLint just moved from 8 to 9, and I have no idea how to use the new config files. I would just pin it to 8. I think it's 8.56.0 or something like that doesn't have those new config files. But I do want to learn the new config file, so I'm just going to include it for now, but I'm not going to use it. With that, you're also going to need some types. So types, ESLint. We're also going to need the node types. So we're going to do @types/node. And then what else are we going to need? We're going to need TSUp. And that's about it right now for dev dependencies. So let's install those. Let's see here. Chat's not updating? Let me put it on live chat. Should be fine. I'm missing a comma. That sucks. Is the volume low? Oh no. Or are you just trying to get me to like blast my volume? I don't know. Is that a little bit better? Maybe the mic's a little bit far away from my face too. So now, Chris, do you think we have reached a point where we saturated the terminal platform, which is Agent? What about a ground-up new Rust platform like Emacs for 2024? Well, maybe blast it. All right, does it sound good or no? Like, is it? 1 second. What language are we using? Lua and Typescript. In this, the enter doesn't work in this text box. That's taking a while to say. Well, sir, we're using Lua and TypeScript. All right, I can't send a message there, but hopefully, you know, if you're watching, then it doesn't matter anyway if I can send a message. So let's head back over here. I don't know. What do you mean, like Helix? About ground up, like new platform like Emacs? Are you You're missing a comment. Let's go handle that comment. Oh, it needs me to do that before I can send the little comment. All right, before all hell breaks loose, let's open this up. Comma, 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 no comma, 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 extra comma. All right, there we go. Oh wait, we might even have another extra comma. Yeah. Okay. Wait. Let me just make sure. One last thing. Might have been missing one more comma. Yep, missing one more comma. All right, now it's perfect. So, why the hell did this thing go back to... Didn't I just switch that to live chat? Didn't I just click live chat? I don't know. Anyway. All right. Also, is everything... Like, this looks like very fuzzy. Can we watch in 1080p? Yeah. Is that better? I can't tell if that's better. Anyway. Alright, I don't know. Also, the Twitch chat. I feel like there was a button here where I could go to the Twitch chat before, and now it has disappeared. Alright, here we go. It's good? Okay, hopefully it's good. Alright, we now have all the chats available to us. So now I can read all the chat. Maybe. Alright, good. Alright, so back to this. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we're going to install some other stuff. So, if you've been following along, what are you trying to build? I'm trying to build, and you guys will be able to use it. Maybe we can do it during the stream, and maybe we can send each other messages, hopefully by the time the stream's over. But I'm trying to build, like, I want to be able to send messages to other people on Neovim, basically. And also to, like, this wider network. So, hopefully I will be able to send you, like, a notification directly from my Neovim instance. And I think that'll be funny. So that's why we're building this today. And it'll be able to do other stuff too. Like you'll be able to like post blogs and do all kinds of other goofy shit. But we'll see if we get there. So now I'm going to install a couple other packages. We're going to do, these are not going to be dev packages. I'm going to install FS, well, let's start with Neovim. And then let's do, we're going to install Noster tools. Put a comma. We're going to install WebSocket polyfill, okay, because we need to use WebSockets, which I think this is on 1.0 now, so that's kind of nice. And so I think by installing Neovim here, I don't think we have to have it globally installed, like I think. And then we're also going to install FS Extra. Can't wait to see a malicious link while coding, right? Yeah, well, you can scope it to just friends, right? So it's not like, you know, what kind of friends do you have, right? Oh, you can wait. Okay, good. So npm I, and then we're gonna also, I think actually I forgot, we need the types for FS Extra, so we're gonna do types for FS Extra, and this is just gonna give us the ability to do some stuff with the file system that hopefully is gonna make our lives a little bit easier. We might have not even use the file system right away to like test some of this stuff out. We'll probably just use like nonsense keys and do whatever. Anyway, so what do we have here now? We have everything we need. We have all the packages we need. So let's open up the package.json just so you can see what I got here. Dev dependencies, this is what we got. So why are my dev dependencies like above my dependencies? I feel like I don't like that. Okay, so dependencies, we're going to be using FS Extra. I might not use that during this video just because we're going to be testing stuff out. I don't know if I really care that much about the file system. To start with, we're going to be using the Neovim package. We're going to be using Noster tools. We're going to be using WebSocket polyfill because we're going to be sending these messages via WebSocket. And that's one of the reasons that I'm using this anyway, is because a Node.js runtime has good support for WebSockets, whereas in Lua, good luck, right? I don't know how to do it. So, and also I'd have to write all the logic for integrating with Noster. So I'd rather just use, it's actually easier for me to just go and do everything in TypeScript. All right, and these are our dev dependencies, so now we can move on. We're going to make a directory called source. Okay, that's where our code is going to live. And actually, before we get started, we're going to need one last config file, and that's going to be for tsup. So tsup is the way that I think it uses esbuild under the hood. I don't know. Basically, it's a way to build it's a way to turn TypeScript code into JavaScript code. So let's open up tsup.config.ts, I think what it is. All right, and we're going to do, import define config from tsup. Whoops. Prettier works, that's nice. We do, the AI is always like one step ahead of me. All right, so that's right. This is wrong. We don't need the ESM. DTS, this is for types. Types are only important if we're going to be publishing this thing as like a package or something, so we don't need this. Source map, we don't really need that either. Minify, I don't think we need it. And then we're going to need to specify the out dir, because if we don't specify the out dir, it's just going to put it in dist. So that's where it puts it by default. So see how it's like dist. So we're going to do, remove that. We're going to do r plugin slash node slash noster, like that. And so now it should put our transpiled TypeScript code, JavaScript code, in our plugin node noster. So let's save that. All right. And there we go. We got a proper TypeScript project here where we mostly know what's going on. So now what we're going to do is we're going to go create the file. So let's go to source and we'll do index.ts. Okay, and we're going to start with console.log, and we'll just do like hello world. Yeah, why not? So, all right, now we have a console log there, and so now if we go back here and we do npm run build. All right, so it says using tsup config, and also down here you can see it says CJS. So it did this with CommonJS. Our plugin node noster index.js. It tells you, I guess, the amount of, how big the code, like the file is. And then it says if it's successful. So there we go. So now if we go into our plugin node noster, now we have an index.js file. And if you open it up and look inside, there you go. This is our code. So another thing we're going to do, just to test things out, we're going to do make dir Lua. We're going to go inside of Lua. We're going to make dir noster as our namespace. We'll go inside of that. And then we're going to, what is it called? Init.lua, I think, in here is what makes sense. Hi, Chris. Are you still working at any company? No. I am working on a startup right now. I am also an OpenSats grantee, so I am kind of afforded some time to not have to have a job, which is nice. So I can basically, just kind of full-time stream at this point and work on the stuff that I'm interested in, which is very nice. And I'm hoping that if I do a really good job this year with the project that I'm working on there, that I can pull other funding from other open source organizations and things like that. So yeah. So right now I'm kind of just funded. I almost feel like a PhD student in a way, but like a more free PhD student. Like I can kind of like do what I want. I mean, I have a project that I have to do, that I set out to do, and it's working really well already. But that's the idea. How to make indent blankline.nvim show current indent level in the new version. Please. Go to my config on GitHub and you will see the ability for how to do that. But that's not the focus of this. What's wrong with Comcast? I feel like you're asking that like tongue in cheek. There's a lot wrong with Comcast. All right, so here we're going to do print. Actually, what we're going to do is we're going to create a module. So we're going to say, really, is that like the thing like most Lua programmers put at the top of their file? Is that like what's actually suggested to me here? Anyway, let's do m equals a table, an empty table. M stands for module. Then we're going to return m. Then we're going to do, how do you do this? It's hard for me to juggle so many like programming languages in my brain. Like I can't even define a function in Lua. I'll remember. Function. Oh, you know what though? I get to cheat. I kind of wanted to remember. I kind of wanted to like flex that muscle in my brain, but now I think we're just going to cheat. I think this probably is the right way. So we're going to create a setup function here, and then we're going to go like this. We're going to take this print. We're going to pop it in there. Nah, we did something wrong. That's good. Function m.setup. Oh, this is not Lua. And I just put end. Yeah. There we go. All right, so we have function m.setup. We're going to print something, so printing that thing, it'll be like setting up the plugin. Yeah, why not? And there we go. We're going to return that. So now, what we'll do is go include that plugin. So we will open up Neovim. I wonder, do we already have it? No. Let's do update remote plugins, maybe? Okay, so we do need the Neovim node package globally. So let's install that. So now we know that we actually do need that. Which, do we? Because we didn't npm-i the other stuff. But, I don't know. Well, whatever. I think we do. Update remote plugins. Okay, and now you can see remote host, node host, registered plugins, Noster. All right, so we know we're already onto something. And then we generated the R plugin manifest at home, chris.localshare, envim, rplugin.envim, or .vim. And so let's go take a look at that. Let's go take a look at local share envim. Okay, and then let's open up the R plugin.vim, and we have something going on here. So that's good. So I guess we can have Perl plugins, Node plugins, Python 3 plugins, and Ruby plugins. I haven't seen that many people create plugins with different languages before. So this is probably going to be one of the only videos that actually explains to you how to do this. So maybe there's a lot of people who this was the blocker, was just figuring this out. So yeah, anyway, we have that now. It says it worked. So now when I reopen Neovim, we don't have messages. Let's go to the Noster file here. Let's require the setup function. And there we go. We have setting up the plugin. So we know at least now that the Lua works from our plugin. So now we can jump back over here and see if we can get the JavaScript working. I see it. Yep. All right. And then if we're back over here, just checking for messages. All right, we're good. So let's keep going then. All right, so now we have a Lua file, but we're going to probably ignore the Lua file for a little bit, and we're going to now work on source index.ts. Now, here is where things get kind of confusing. I haven't seen any examples in TypeScript for how to do this, so I spent a little bit of time figuring this out, like at least just how to set up a plugin a while ago with TypeScript, and then I don't exactly remember how to do it, but I think it's probably, I remember some of it. So if we do import this from, I hate this, by the way, this sucks. It should be like import from the thing you're importing afterwards, because then I always have to like leave like this empty braces, and then I have to jump out of the empty braces and say from, whatever. So like from Neovim, for instance. And then I have to go back, and then I can actually pull the thing I want. Now, if you don't know, in CMP, I don't have to actually start typing to open up the menu here. So I can just do, for me, it's control space. So I can look through all the different things and the functions that are available from Neovim here without like starting to type or anything like that. We're going to pull in Envim plugin, not just Neovim or anything like that. We're going to pull in Envim plugin. And what we're going to do is, this is like the way I've seen it done. I don't know why the syntax is like this, to be honest, but whatever. We're going to do export const plugin, and then we're going to I don't know if we should call it plugin. I guess we can call it plugin. All right, and we'll call this, so we're going to export well, maybe not, because we're like exporting that. Let's just call it envim. Yeah, fine, whatever. And so we're going to export this, and then we're going to then export. I don't think we actually need to export that one up there, but we'll export default the plugin. I don't think we need to actually export that. So now we'll do nvim dot, and now we want to register something. So let's register a command first, because registering a command is going to be easier than registering a function and calling the function. So we're going to do register command. We're going to call it hello world. And then we're going to, and we'll learn something from this as well. Then we're going to do console.log hello world. Okay. What is he building? You'll see in a minute. Hi, Chris. Can you have a list thing you're trying to do for viewer easier to follow? Maybe I can write a list. Let's do to do. Yeah, actually. No, not this. This was to do from my other project. To do plugin.txt. So make a Neovim plugin with a node client. I don't even know if this needs to be a list that can send messages from or to other Neovim users. There you go. So we're going to make a Neovim plugin using the node client. So we're going to use like Typescript that can send messages to other Neovim users. Okay, that's the idea, kind of. I don't know if it needs a list of, whatever. All right, so this is going to be somewhat instructive because I think this is going to work. And we're going to be registering a command here called hello world. All right, so let's come back over here now, and we're going to, update. I don't think we can just like do this. And then we come over here. I don't think it. Oh, well, also when you write TypeScript, it doesn't do anything. So we would also then need to, let's actually keep this open. And then what we'll do is we'll just do this. We're just gonna do, and then we'll do npm run build like that. All right, now if we come over here, I do update remote plugins, and I come over here. All right, look at that. So now we have in our remote plugin.vim file, we now have a remote plugin command, and I guess it is synchronous. It's called hello world, and it's of type command. Yeah. So now if I open this up and I do hello world, and we look for messages, nothing happens. Setting up plugins from Lua, nothing happens. So the reason is the console logs obviously don't console log to standard out like in Neovim. They're console logging to a log file. So what we're going to do is we're actually going to set that log file. We can find the path for that here. Now this actually did not used to work last time I tried to do this, and that really put a hamper on my ability to actually get stuff done. But I'm pretty sure it works now. So what we're going to do is we can change the node log level, but I'm probably just going to leave that where it is. And what we really want to do is change the nvim node log file. So we're going to, let's do like this. 6, no, let's go to 2. All right. And we're going to need to do it from here. So we're going to do nvim, or no, we're going to do export. That is equal to nvim node logs. And we're going to put that in our home directory. So we're just going to put this log file in our home directory, and we'll just open it up when we want to look at it. So now, when I open this up, and if we go over here, we'll just monitor the file really quickly. Neovim, it doesn't even exist yet. So, but now when I'm in here and I do hello world, and then I come back over here, now we have Neovim node logs, and here you go. This is a bunch of debug stuff and stuff that comes actually from there, but look at that. That is our message from JavaScript inside of Neovim called hello world. So, and it's, it's of type info, inf right there. And there you go. So now we have this. Now this is actually done using something called Winston or something. Winston. Logging is done using Winston through the logger module. This package replaces console with this interface. So this console log is not like a real console log. It's actually just a wrapper over Winston. That's the idea. All right, so hopefully some of this is making sense. Hopefully it's somewhat interesting. How's it going, Jesus Rag? All right, just checking for messages here. Hopefully, I don't know if you guys are following along, if you guys are able to understand what's going on. It's a little arcane. This is arcane knowledge. Very few people know this and how to do this. So very few people would want to know how to do this. Okay, so we have the console log here now. We only really need a command to send messages, right? We only really need one command. We're probably going to need some ability to listen too. How can we listen? How can we listen? That's something to think about. But at least we can send messages. I know we'll be able to send messages. How can we have like an inbox? If we have a listener though, we need some way to like ping Neovim from the node client. But we should at least be able to send messages. So let's start with sending messages. And then we'll think about listening later. If I can't figure out listening, then whatever, we'll figure it out eventually. So we're going to be using this package here. We're going to be generating a secret key and a public key to send the message. So we're going to grab this. We're going to do that. What's the problem here? I don't even know if that's necessary. I don't think it is. All right, so we're going to generate a secret key and a public key. We're going to put that inside the function here. And now what we're going to do, creating, signing, and verifying events. So we're probably going to want to do this. So we're going to create an event. Whoops. I guess I didn't copy it correctly. There it goes. So we're going to import that stuff there. I guess this pure thing, I don't know if that's like actually available or not. All right, and so this is going to be finalizing an event of kind 1 created at this time with no tags, with the content hello, and blah, blah, blah. All right. So now I wonder if we can just console log the event. So if I do like console log, yeah, whatever is good, and console log event when we call hello world. And let's just change hello world to send message. And obviously I'll clean this up later and actually make it like look nicer, but this is fine for now. So now if we come over here and we do update remote plugins, all right, and we come back in this file, it doesn't seem as if it was updated. Maybe if we restart, update remote plugins. I don't think it's being updated. Maybe there's a break somewhere. Oh, duh. I keep doing this. Gotta remember to do run build. That's gonna troll me, like often. All right, now come back over here. Update remote plugins. You come back over here. It's send message now. Okay. Okay, send, and it's not going to be available until we restart Neovim. Send message. All right, and where did we send our message to? We just sent it over here. We sent that, and it just says event. So I guess like actually getting the event, well, you know, didn't work. So maybe if we just do like content, like maybe it just chose not to print that. So let's do, I guess we're gonna have to stringify everything if we want to print it. Yeah, we want to do this. I gotta get a thing so I can build this easier. That needs to be like one key press, or else I'm gonna like continuously forget to do it. Send message. Jump back over here. It still just says event. Maybe the comma thing just doesn't, like, you just can't do that. I guess you just can't do that. Like, Winston is just a different way of doing it. So I would need to do like this. And I would need to do like that. And I would need to do that. And I would need to do that. Because it's just different. There we go. True and hello. So, okay, you can't use console log exactly how you'd expect. Like, you're only going to really be able to do it through string concatenation, or probably maybe a better way to do it would be like, you know, like do something like that and get rid of this, and maybe do like, actually do like that, and then we could do like, string interpolation like that. So this is probably the better way. I mean, concatenation is also fine. Like, this feels like maybe it's a little bit overkill for like what we're just logging things out. But this is another way to do it if you don't want to, you know, just realize you can't use the comma thing, like how you would normally be able to do. Let's see here. All right, we made that big. I think your plugin needs a server to work. It does need a server to work. It does need a server to work, but luckily we have servers that are going to accept our messages. So it does need a server to work. And luckily also, if you do need a server to make this happen, we can go to my GitHub and we can go to this organization that I'm in. Oopsie daisy. And we can go to Relay Wizard, and you can set one of these servers up for yourself, but there are public servers that we can use as well. So if you did want to set up a server specifically for yourself, you can do it very easily if you have your own VPS and a domain name. Then, you know, check this out, and you can set up a server for this in like 20 seconds once you actually have the domain name hooked up. But we don't really need to do that because we have public ones that we can use. So, all right, so we have the message. It's all good. We can send it. Let's send it then. We're going to send it. We're going to need to connect to a relay, and then we're going to send it. So we kind of need to make that function call async. Okay, it already is async. It's already async. All right, so we should be good then. So what we're going to do is we're going to connect to a relay. And in the future, we can encrypt these messages. But for now, no need for now. Like, but there is encryption we can do. All right. And we're going to use one called I think it's relay.damus.io. And okay, we do have the ability to subscribe. But how can we like fire off events to the front end? There's got to be ways to do that. Front end, Neovim. There's got to be ways to do that. I just have to think about them. Alright, we already have that. We're connected. This is subscribing. We want to publish. Where's the code to publish? Interacting. Oh, okay. Publish a new event while simultaneously listening. I probably just went past it. Here we go. So now we have our relay, and now we're going to publish our event. And let's also log the we'll log the keys, and then we'll just hard code them for now. So we'll do console.log pk, and we'll do console.log sk. Also, we probably also want to log these encoded, because this one's just going to be a byte array. So we probably want to do, let's pull in from Nostr tools. We're going to pull in, why do we have like 2 Nostr tools imports? I should fix that, but yeah. All right, so let's do this. Let's do finalize event, and let's do verify event. There we go. And let's format that so it's like this. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to pull in nip 19. All right, and now we'll be able to get some human readable strings here. So we're going to do nip.nip19.note or npub encode the pk, and then we're going to do nip19.nsec encode the sk, secret key, public key. All right, and we're going to put those out, and then we should be able to look up the thing. So then we're going to do hello from Neovim. All right. And that should be sending the message. Hopefully that makes sense. I don't know why. That's a little bit better. Okay, so now let's do this. Let's create this here. We're going to run build. All right, I can see the chat a little bit better. And now we're going to jump over here, and we're going to run, well, I don't know if we need to do update remote plugin. But let's do like this. Send message. We probably should have checked if it was actually sent. Oh, we got an error. WebSocket's not defined. Okay, I think we just need to pull it in, because we have WebSocket polyfill. I think we just need to import WebSocket polyfill, but I forget how to do that. So give me a minute here. I think we just need to maybe import or maybe we just need to require it. Yeah, this is going to be the next thing. Import. Let's try require. Like if I do that, is it going to complain? I don't think so. So if I do this and I do that and I do WebSocket polyfill like that, and then if we do this, okay, it didn't complain. Let's do const res is equal to, and then we're going to do console.log res. All right, let's build that. Now, let's jump back over here, update remote plugin. And now we'll do send. Okay, it broke. Yeah. Can we see why? WebSocket's not defined. But that was, I think, the other problem. Yeah, no, that was the other problem. I'm assuming the problem is that WebSocket situation, like this thing here. So we're gonna need to figure out like how to do this. We can maybe do some sort of import. There's that, but no, we don't want that. Maybe do import star from WebSocket polyfill. As expected. Oh, as. What can I import from web? Can I just do like that? Otherwise, I may just be able to go quickly edit the file and then figure it out later. Okay, there's send message. All right. WebSocket is still not defined. So I don't really know how to handle that. So let's do that, and then let's do this, 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 this. And maybe we can just require it in here. I don't know if we could just require it at the top. Require WebSocket polyfill. What's it say? Yeah, whatever. All right, and now try again. Could not load plugin. It's still loaded there. Let's jump back over here. This is where things get complicated. All right, it's broken. Is it broken because of that? Let's go back like this. Let's see. Maybe we need to see how to require WebSocket polyfill in Typescript. Maybe we don't need it anymore. Okay. Because I know this used to need WebSocket polyfill to work. But right now it doesn't seem like it has the, like it can't use WebSocket for some reason. Oh, I think we might need this. To use this on Node.js, you must install WS and use something like this. Okay. Okay. I think we need this. I think that's what we need. All right, let's jump back then. It used to be WebSocket polyfill, so that's why I used that. So let's get rid of that. We need to use WebSocket implementation, but that's from pool for some reason. It doesn't look like it has an exported member called that, which is strange because current module resolution settings. We probably want to update module resolution settings. Or import that from if you're using the relay directly. We need to update that, and then we need to install WS. So let's do npm I WS. Okay. That should handle this first problem. And we're probably going to need the types as well. Okay, so we need the ES module interop flag. So, all right, this is where this is a pain in the ass. ES module interop is equal to true, and module resolution is, get the hell out of here, node 16, node next, or bundler. I think we're actually doing a bundler. There we go. Okay, so we can get rid of that. And now we have this. And now let's try it again. Jump over here. Update remote plugins. All right, we have our command send message. Jump over here. WebSocket is not defined. Let's think about this. It should be now because we pulled it in. It may not be. Well, we did do this. We did run the build. But maybe there's something about this where that's where we're screwing up. Because it did say something, or import from there if using relay directly. Oh, I think we are using the relay directly, actually. I think we are using the relay directly, so maybe that's the issue. Because down here, we're saying relay.publish. We're not using a pool. Do update remote plugin again. Send message. I can't tell if this is the same problem or not, so I'm just going to blow away all of this. And let's do this again, just to be 100% sure. And then we'll jump back here. Okay, we have that. Definitely updated. Send message. Same problem. Well, at bare minimum, we learned that we can how to hook up JavaScript. But here is now, or how to use the Node client. But here is now our problem, which is a little confusing because I feel like we did all of the right steps here. Maybe it's an issue with, no, because it's all using CommonJS, it looks like here. It's not defined. Reference error, WebSocket is not defined. You have that though there. We're using it here. We're importing it here. We installed it. We have that, whoops, we have this here. import relay, use WebSocket implementation, import WS default. I don't think we're doing anything out of order. Are we just in? No, we are running that as well. Right, like here. Maybe if we did it like there. Maybe that would help. I'm not really sure that would help. We're definitely using the relay directly. No. WebSocket is not defined. Let's see if anyone else has run into this issue. WebSocket is not defined. Yeah, they used to use the polyfill. I definitely had that work before. Maybe... But I don't think we have to do that anymore. Do we? No. To use this on Node.js, you must first install WS and call something like this. We did do all that though. I don't know if I doubt the ordering matters there. Let's see here. We're using the implementation. I can't really see anything else I can really do here. So I might have to cut it short and then figure it out later. We're so close. We're using the WebSocket implementation inside of here. We're doing that there. We have WebSocket from WS. I don't think we need the polyfill anymore. Because this is from 2022. So I assume that's just old. Right. Do I just have to, like, if I do import web socket polyfill, like just like that, will that just like fix it magically? Update remote plugins. Nah, that just breaks it. Like completely. Weird though that it does that. Like what about this can't be imported? Yeah, it's also declared its values never used, so I'm not sure how useful that necessarily is, but I would like to know like where it breaks too. But I don't think we can know that. So close. trying to think. We don't have a lot to go off of here. This is from 2023. All right, everything's in there. That's what I did. Is a dev dependency actually. It's only used by tests. I was almost going to agree with you, but the changes in my opinion read me say to use this on Node.js you must first install WebSocket polyfill and import it. Okay. This doesn't seem to work though. Something breaks when I do this. I'm going to try to also just write this with straight up JavaScript and then also see if that works. Also, what node version am I on? And what node version has a WebSocket built into it? Node with WebSocket native or something. Yeah, Node 21 does that. Maybe I need an older version of Node. FNM list, is it? Okay, yeah. I think then there's remote. Well, if I do like help. List remote. FNM list remote. Alright, so let's do FNM install 20. FNM use 20. And then let's do also over here node flag v FNM use 20 node flag v. Okay. I don't know if that really is going to change anything though. npm run build. Doesn't seem to like add that still. The WebSocket polyfill is still screwing with it. So let's do maybe let's try this. Let's just write it then. Let's go into but we would need some stuff though. We would need to move a couple things. So let's do copy flag r node modules and package.json maybe into r plugin node noster. Okay, and now we have an index.js in here, but it's broken because of this stupid line here. I'm pretty sure that if we go back over here now, the Neovim, okay, npm I Neovim. Yep, that puts it back in, and then if we put back this line with the WebSocket polyfill, and we try to run that again, it disappears. Yeah. So yeah, this line right there is definitely the troublemaker. WebSocket is not defined. It could be too how we're compiling Typescript. That might also have something to do with it. But for now, let's just actually blow this away, like the entire file here. And what we'll do is we'll just do some of this stuff maybe from scratch. So we'll just do require, and we'll say, well, we probably don't even need that yet. And we'll just do module dot exports, yeah. And we'll say plugin. Like this. I don't know why it's giving me types. I'm in a JS file. And from here, yep, we need the arrow function. And now what we'll do is we need to register. Oh, yeah, we need something like that. Let's get rid of all this extra nonsense though. All right, so we need to register a command, and the command will be send message, and we'll say like test so that we know that it's different this time around. And I don't know what that message does. It's kind of interesting that that exists. I don't know if that actually does get passed in through here. Maybe it does, but we will do nothing there. And what we'll do is let me think about this. Probably going to need noster, so we'll say that const noster is equal to require noster. Noster tools. Okay, and then we'll do noster dot. Okay, and everything is available to us here. So let's go back. Let's go like this. And we'll just open this one side by side. And then what we need is to do all of this. Oops. We also need to make sure that this is async. So when we put a comma here, we're going to say async like that. And instead of this, we're gonna, I hate how I don't get like problems. Noster dot finalize event. Verify event. I think the relay will be available. Noster dot relay. Yep. And then we have the relay there. And we need that here, noster dot. Alright, I'm sure there's a bug in here somewhere. Now, let's head over here. We'll do, whoops. Update remove plugins. Okay, that already exists. I'm gonna be pissed if I have to write this all in just straight up JavaScript for whatever reason, just because I can't figure out how to get it to compile. Send message test. Okay, this is good. The WebSocket's still not defined, and so now let's try require WebSocket polyfill. I feel like WebSocket polyfill just breaks everything though for some reason. We'll do remote plugins. It just does. It just breaks shit. I wonder if it's because of the version. Because I know a 1.0 got released. But I've been told that I don't need this anyway. Let's see here. Okay, the fetch thing is only if you're on less than 18. I was kind of hoping it would just use the built-in WebSocket that like the newer node like supplies. And maybe we can do like this. I don't think we can do imports in here, but maybe. I don't know if you can really mix and match like that. No. So we'll do, I don't know, something like const. And then maybe if I like passed dot WebSocket like in like that, but then we would also need to do like noster dot that, which I don't even know if that's actually a thing. No, it's not. I think there's another require we can do. Const relay. We'll say like maybe like noster relay is equal to require noster tools slash relay like that. And now if we do like noster relay dot use that, does this return something? Oh, why am I doing like this? Okay, that passes that. It's void. Yeah, okay. I mean, it's all the right types. Okay. That's fixed. Then we'll do send message test. Yeah, WebSocket's not defined. That I feel like that's not right though. Like the docs say that that is the way that we should be able to do it. So that's the way we should be able to do it. I've tried it with straight up JavaScript now, and I tried it with TypeScript. Now, hopefully, you know, I mean, I didn't get done what I wanted to do in the video, which kind of sucks, but at least you can see that, like, kind of how you can do JavaScript. I'm going to go complain, and maybe we'll get an answer for how to do it in the future. So maybe I'll just pivot the stream and do some other stuff. No, I'm not using common code anymore. What is the inline type helper for variable plugin you use? That's built into Neovim now. Yeah, Chris, I heard Neovim core devs be removing the remote plugin system soon, so be careful not to waste your time. Oh, that would suck if they did do that. Is there a link you have to that? Neovim remote plugin remove. Yeah. I thought they were just getting rid of this. The need to do that. I'd be surprised if they were getting rid of the ability to hook other programming languages in. I'd be really, really, really surprised. I don't think that's what they're doing. I don't think that's what they're doing. Oh, this is old. This isn't even the right thing. Neovim GitHub. Especially because the Node client thing has gotten activity lately. Like, it was updated last month. Yeah, I don't think that's true. Maybe just rewriting the way to hook up other languages. I don't know. Oh, that's fine. If they're rewriting just the way you hook up other languages and stuff like that, it's not a big deal because a lot of the ideas will be transferable. You know what I mean? Like you need to create commands. You need commands are going to be exposed. Functions are going to be exposed. If the API changes, I'm not even sure that the interface would change. Like their JavaScript interface would change. I don't even know how they would I don't know what part of the stack they're really changing here, but I'm not really worried about it because even if I thought I read something that said that they were getting rid of the need to do update remote plugins. So Neovim update remote plugins. I may have literally read this in a commit or something like that. But I think I read that in a commit somewhere. Remote plugins. Okay, there's a new model proposed. That'll be good. Oh, they're going to have a Go client? That'll be cool too. Yeah. Yeah, this will just make it a lot easier. And they're not getting rid of the ability to do this kind of stuff. It's just going to be differences. And it looks like, let's see, how far along are we? New plugin design. I'm not sure yet what we'll have to change is tracking development that will rework how remote plugins work in Neovim. So likely we'll have an effect in the node function registration works. I think we're still pretty far off. So I think this is going to be a little bit of time before we actually figure this out. But one way or the other, if you understand how to do it this way, I'm sure that's only going to help your ability to understand how to do it in the new way. So, I mean, things are always in flux, the better you just learn, principles, you'll just be able to, convert whatever you need to convert over. So, I don't think it's that big of a deal at all. I would like to get this thing working, though. Right. Why use Node? Well, I might use Go in the future, but Node just has a really good package for what I want to do. The problem is, okay, one of the big problems is is getting WebSockets to work. So already that's kind of our problem right now. Like our issue for getting this plugin to work is that we're trying to get the WebSockets to work and they're just not behaving. But there's no really good way to handle WebSockets in Lua. Even if there was a good way to do WebSockets in Lua, even if there was a good way to do WebSockets with Lua and it worked with Neovim and stuff, I would then still need to write a wrapper around it to make it behave the way that I want. When Rust, I kind of hate Rust, if I'm being honest. For like a lot of the things that I want to do. Like, you'd have to pay me to use Rust. I think you'd have to pay me good money to use Rust, and we would need a good reason. Like I would need to be paid good money, and there'd need to be a good reason for me to be writing Rust code, because Rust is a huge pain in the ass to work with. And like I stream and I do a lot of prototyping. I do a lot of testing out new ideas and working on different projects and all this kind of thing. And getting Rust to comply is always you need to study Rust for a long time. Node for me is equivalent to Rust for you. I don't think so. I don't think that's necessarily true. I feel like Rust, I've written a good chunk of Rust at this point. I think if you need to do anything fast, even you would be faster writing something basic in Node than Rust. There's no way. Or even Go. If I gave you some random project with random requirements, totally just out of the blue, and I was just get me a prototype in a week or a day, one day, right? You're going to have exponentially better chances of getting me some sort of prototype and something done with Go or TypeScript than you would with Rust, even knowing, unless you're a Rust animal, unless you're all you write is Rust, you know Rust inside and out, and you're like a Rust genius. Python wants to have a chat. Python too, to some degree. Yeah, you're going to move faster with Python. You're going to move, to start with, right? Now, if you want me to write something super mission critical and you're going to give me time to develop it, because even if you are writing Rust and all these kinds of things, you're probably cloning a lot. You're probably doing a lot of things. You're probably writing inefficient Rust code in general. What about C, not C++? C is its own separate bag of nightmares, right? I wrote a lot of C all through college, and I was better at C then than I probably would be now. There's a lot of foot guns, obviously, but I don't know. I mean, the only reason I would use C over Rust is just because the Rust community freaks me out a little bit. In general, I get a bad vibe from most of it. So that's probably why I would reach for C or C++ is kind of, I think from what I've heard, and I haven't touched C++ or even C. I haven't touched C in years, or C++ in years. But I've heard C++ is getting a little bit better with its latest updates. I don't know. I guess it would depend on the requirements or something like that. But again, for someone like me who's streaming and who's building app level stuff, who's doing this kind of thing, I'm not reaching for C or Rust. You should know. I feel like a lot of people want to and that's just because I don't know, these memes catch on, and then you think I'm going to learn Rust, and it's you're never that doesn't even make sense. I'm always learning every single programming language that I'm working with all the time. So you're not going to get to a point where you learned Rust. You know what I mean? And you can say maybe a few people, I guess, maybe, but you're not going to get to a point where you're going to go, okay, now I've learned Rust, I can move on. Or, okay, now I've learned JavaScript, I can move on. There's all kinds of things that I don't know how to do with JavaScript or TypeScript or Lua or Go or whatever. So I don't know. I definitely would not reach for Rust. Java. I was a Java engineer for like 4 years. Java is something I would basically never reach for because of the ecosystem is just terrible. Again, this is coming from someone. It's not like I'm not like a noob. You know what I mean? Like I write in a lot of different programming languages. I write a lot of different programming languages, and I wrote Java for 4 years. Enterprise Java, big nightmare Java for 4 years, and it's a very verbose language, which has led to like different like things like, for instance, like Lombok, which has its own problems. Using something like Lombok has its own problems, and it has bad tooling, and it has a very, not only does it have bad tooling, but it's so split down the middle. Like, I remember on my team, even on my own team, which was only like 6 people, we were half using Gradle and half using Maven. And Maven and Gradle aren't necessarily like nice package managers or anything like that either. It's not like you can do like Maven add thing, and then it just shows up in like a packaged file, like a package.json file. Like, no, it just doesn't work that way. Like, you have to go to like the site, and you have to like, and it's all in XML, and then it's actually terrible because one format is in XML, and it's a nightmare to look at XML for my packages, like an absolute nightmare, and all these different build steps and whatever else. And then the other one is Gradle, and people like to get cute with Gradle because Gradle is basically like the JVM. Well, Gradle's based on Groovy, which is like the JVM's answer for Python, and people like to get real cute in their Gradle files because they're kind of like, you can write code in them. They're not like static. They're not like JSON files or XML files. So people write like code inside of the Gradle, like that does stuff, and that was always a nightmare too. So no, I'm not going to get into Java, but I definitely would not reach for Java at all. Thanks for good answers. I have the opinion of Linus C++ should never have been made. So what's going on with WebSockets? They call it the hiccups. For some reason, I can't. So this library that I'm using, Nostr Tools, it tells me that I should be able to use the WebSocket implementation and pass it like this WebSocket from this WebSocket package here. I should be able to do that, and then it should just work. But that doesn't seem to be the case, which kind of sucks. And I don't know why that is. But yeah, and this just returns void. So it's not like I get something, it's not like I get like a relay back and then I can like use the relay with the WebSocket. Like, it's supposed to hook into this somehow through some magic. I hate magic. This kind of polyfill bullshit and like this like use WebSocket implementation thing, like this just, it's like magic to me. So it's just, I don't really like it. It's another reason I'm not like a fan of like decorators and things like that in general. But yeah, anyway, this magic line right here is supposed to hook up the WebSocket implementation that I've installed with Nostr, and it doesn't seem to do it, which is not good, which I'm not happy about, because now I can't move on. And every single time, all right, one thing I might try to do is in my package.json, I think that I can install an older version of WebSocket Polyfill, and then we'll just like, I don't know if that'll work, but I think it was like on like that, like it went straight from that to like 1.0. Where's my thing? Here we go. I need, what's up, animatronics? Let's go over to here, and yeah, I'm gonna need to complain, I guess. That or I'm doing something stupid. Like, it's always possible that I'm doing something really stupid. Maybe we can try, instead of the relays, maybe we can try to do the pool potentially. Yeah, like we'll try like pool.publish, and then we'll pass it relays in like a list. And maybe it's just like the relay implementation is bad. Like maybe it's just that. Probably not, but whatever. And so if I do something like this, like that. And we have pool. Where is this? Where is this? Oh, okay, there we go. Let's not screw with the polyfill right now. And okay, actually, yeah, we'll await that. And we'll say res is equal to, and we'll say const. And what do we have? Promise.any, blah, blah, blah. Promise constructor, change your target library. Oh, okay. Yeah, I don't care about that right now. It's not like it actually matters. I'm writing this in straight up. Oh, this is the TS file. Never mind. Let's go to the actual JS. And okay, so we're interacting with a singular relay this way, and we're connecting to a singular relay this way. So instead of that, we will do. Okay, we're just going to create a new simple pool, and simple pool we can pull in from Nostr tools pool. Okay, so then we're going to say like maybe like this. We'll do const WebSocket blah blah blah. Okay, we're going to do const Nostr pool is equal to require Nostr tools pool. All right, and then what we'll do is we'll come down here. And we'll say const pool is equal to new Nostr pool dot simple pool. Okay. Then we'll do let relays is equal to, and then we'll make a list here, and we'll just say basically that. And then we need to await this. Okay, and then I'm going to say const res is equal to that. And now also, instead of this, we're going to change this to pool. And we're going to pass that through there. And we're going to try this with the pool. I don't think it's going to work, but whatever. Give it a shot. Okay, so no more logs. We blew away all of our logs. Let's quit out of this. Let's do update remote plugins. Okay, it's still there. It didn't break. All right. It says it started there. We'll restart this. We'll do send message test. Go over here. Same problem. Oh, wait, no. What is this? Error plugin for command, blah, blah, blah. New event is not defined. Oh. I think we're still going to get the same problem. I don't think we have to update this again. Error. What? Oh. Invalid main field? That local share, Neovim lazy. Did it run though? Did it run? Or did we just hit that error and then it was bad? I guess we can grab this and we can go test. No Strudel has failed me so many times. I don't know if I can like really use this. If I go to like my, how do I go to my profile? That, okay. And then we would like swap out the mpub for the mpub that we just made. And we go to like notes. Oh, shit! Pool works. Okay, we can send messages. The relay one's busted. Hello from Neovim. Very cool. Very cool. All right. So that means then I can send events. And if I can send events, that means that I can send events to users. And that means that if you have an npub associated with your Neovim config, like, you know, your instantiated Neovim instance, then I should be able, and you're listening on events that are sent to a particular user, then I should be able to send you a message. But we need to figure out the listening aspect. Okay, so the relay one's busted. We have to do it with the pool. Whatever. Better to do it with the pool anyway. Whatever. That sucks. Because probably we can go back to writing TypeScript now too. Yeah, we can probably go back to writing TypeScript now too. And we can get rid of WebSocket polyfill. Very cool. Very nice. That woke you up? Oh, what? Like me being happy? LOL. I don't know. Sometimes I don't know like what I said that's funny. Or if you're laughing at something I said, or if you're like laughing at one of my opinions or something like that. But anyway, yeah, this works. So now we got to go back to TypeScript and do this the right way. How's it going, Lost Neophyte? It was funny because you thought it did not work. Ah, okay, yeah. I'm happy it worked. How's Astro? I think. Oh yeah. By the way, that reminds me, because Neophyte was the guy who was taking care of. He was like the custodian for Lunarvim for a long time. I think we might switch Lunarvim over to some. I think Lunarvim is not the thing that people need, right? At this point, I think a lot of people want to like write. At the end of the day, with Neovim, I think a lot of people want to write their own config, and I feel like that's like where everybody's trying to get to. So I think I might change the Lunarvim project to more reflect that ambition that people have there, and I'm thinking that I might redo it in a different way. I don't think maybe the distribution model is the best model to get people into Neovim. You write, yeah, I think a lot of people write everything themselves, and that's the culture. Like, I feel like the culture in Neovim at this point is like that everybody wants to write their own config, right? Like, everyone wants to have that moment where they understand what's going on, and they can handle doing their own config. Yeah. So I think I might have to change the Lunarvim project to reflect that. Because I don't think at this point it's helping as many people as it could be helping. I think that if I just showed people how to like make their own config and write it really good, you know, just graduated high school and will go to university this year. Nice. Which university? But yeah, I think that's what we need to do. I think we need to move the Lunarvim project to a project that helps you bootstrap your own config and gives you pieces that you can pull out of it and like use in your own one. In Poland? Yeah, so I probably don't know the name of the university. Honestly, your universities are probably better than American universities at this point. Is Poland nice? I can't tell. I feel like the world is like falling apart. So like sometimes I hear like that a place is nice from some people, and then I hear from another group of people like, no, this place is like falling apart. Like it's an absolute disarray. Like our currency's collapsing, and things are going horrible. So, like Argentina, I thought Argentina was like a normal-ish enough place in Latin America. And then, like, out of nowhere, I check in on it, and then there's this crazy guy with a chainsaw, and apparently their currency's collapsing, and he's going to save it. And I'm just like, what the hell? What?
The creator of Hyperland is from Poland, also, I think. Oh, Vaxerski. Yeah, his name. He's got like a ski in his name or something like that. Yeah, he's a character. I like that guy. So, but yeah, I don't know. Poland must be. I mean, if it's some of you kids too, like coming out of like high school, and like he I know he's really young too. There's like a lot of talent over there, and he's certainly a very talented engineer. Because I'm using Hyperland right now, and like, it works well. I mean, sometimes it's a busted piece of shit, but like, also it's something that works really well for the most part, and I really do like the balance he struck with like visuals and performance, so and extensibility. So he's I don't know, but yeah, again, I don't really know much about like how Poland's doing these days. All right, so we need to. I'm using NVIDIA, so I didn't even try Hyperland. I love the animations though. I think you could probably get away with it these days. I feel like NVIDIA is something that will work now a little bit better with window managers and stuff. But I don't know. Last time, so I'll say this: like this laptop that I'm on is an Intel laptop, and then I have a PC that has an AMD graphics card. So I switched away from NVIDIA just because of that. And I don't really do a lot of like AI stuff or, whatever, or gaming or whatever. So I just needed a GPU that'd be like good enough for streaming or whatever. But I don't know. Anyway, so yeah, this works. The relay one's broken. Whatever. Let's change our TypeScript code to work this way. So we're going to pull in WS here, and we're going to not pull in WebSocket polyfill. And actually, we're going to go into our Packagejson, and we're going to delete WebSocket polyfill because we don't need that. And then what we'll do is we're going to need that same code. So we're going to go to here, and we're going to grab this. Let's see here. I have a question about Hyperland. When my machine boots up, I get a login prompt before I get into Hyperland. Is there a way to make it auto login? Well, you get a login. You should understand like display managers and stuff, right? So like what display manager are you using? Also, I use a display manager, but I just use like a pin for my laptop. Like I don't have like a long, complicated password or anything like that. So like no one's gonna guess like my 6-digit pin, right? So I just like it's pretty fast. So I don't really mind typing it in. I do recommend like password protecting your machine though. I don't know why you wouldn't want to do that. Let's grab this file though, and let's put it somewhere because it's working. So if we need to go back to this, we can go back to this. Working JS plugin. Okay. Now, I mean, what do we really need? We're just using a pool instead. So we have this simple pool. We have the relays and we have that. Yeah, like that's it. There's not a lot to change. So we'll come down here. We'll do that. Got this. We don't need that anymore or this. No big deal using a pool. We were going to use a pool anyway. We're going to pull in simple pool from Noster. And this is bitching. Any does not exist on that. Do you need to change your target library? Try changing the lib compiler option to ES20 2021 or later. Okay, so we're gonna come in here. Lib compiler? Lib? Is it that? What are my options here? Can I do like ES next? Can I do like ES next? Like this? Will that get you to stop? Yeah, okay. Go away. Thank you. Get rid of that. And this is coming from Nasser Tools. Pool. Yeah, okay. Yep. All right. Also, we have a secret key and a public key. So let's just use the secret key and public. Oh, whoopsie daisy, I forgot this is in Neovim. So we'll do that. And, yeah, let's just do const npub is equal to that. And then we'll say const nsec is equal to this. And then we'll stop generating them every time. That way we can just have one test account here. And now we're going to actually need to get the SK and the PK. So now we want to do let's basically that, but it's not nsec decode. It's just decode that. And then we'll say, I'm going to make this const that, and then we'll say const PK is equal to that. We'll just decode them. And what are you bitching about? I think we need to get the value. Dot data. There we go. Now we'll go in here, we'll blow away this node modules, we'll blow away the index, we'll blow away the package, and now if we do npm run build, good stuff. Is there complaining in here? Yeah, there's that. Okay. All right, and now everything got messed up there. You know what I could do? I can probably just use Jack for this, but maybe not. No, I need like a different build tool or something. Let's do update. So that still says send message test. So we're going to do update remote plugins. Jump over here, send message, everything's compiling. And then what we'll do is send message. We'll jump over here, take a look at this. No complaining. Good shit. All right, now we'll refresh this maybe. Did that refresh? What does this button do? Oh, toggle reposts? Toggle replies? Can I just refresh maybe? No more events. There should be like 2 events that say this. I need to write my own site for Noster. I need to write my own site because I can't trust these sites. Hearst.2 is another one. Oh, here we go with the pop-ups. Let's click on this guy. Then we'll do this. And replace good old Gladstein here. Like this. Okay, that says it's from 16 minutes ago. Can we just not, like, sure, fine. We are publishing. It didn't complain. Let's try to send some different text. It says hello from Neovim. Let's do hello from Neovim 2. I don't know. Whatever. Run build. These buttons, I can't tell if it's actually like doing anything. I need like Damus on the desktop because I can't trust these other sites. Okay, it's not, it doesn't seem to be publishing. When I did it directly, it worked. But maybe it's... Oh, maybe it's a different public key, though. That's also possible. Maybe I just copy and pasted a different public key. Mm, 7.4. Yeah, I think it's that. Hello from Neovim, hello from Neovim. Okay, 1 minute ago. Yes. All right, good. Good. All right, so this works. Now, how can I listen for those events in my config? That's the next question. Let me think about this. We have functions. That register commands. And okay, so we have commands, we have functions. We could register auto commands. I don't know how to register listeners. We need some way to listen. We need some way to like if I run a command that listens. Okay, and then if it could just ping, if it could just hook into the notify thing, then I think that would work. So like, what do we have the ability to do inside of here? Like, if I call a command and it just says listen, then I feel like that would be good. And then we need maybe some global state. I think you can use Zustand in like regular. You might want to do that. Maybe that would help to have like some sort of store. I don't know. And we can do mvim dot. I don't really know what to do here. .dev, .value of? Okay, we should set the dev thing, I think. Specs, commands, file name, instance. What does instance do? I don't really know what instance does. There's other things we can pull in, though. We have attach. Yeah, there's got to be some way to do this. Window, auto command. Tab page, load plugin. Find mvim options. And then this is all just junk. Yeah. So like if I brought in Neovim. .on. There's event listeners. Event emitter. Can I emit? I'm going to have to look this up. The documentation for this, I don't know who is in charge of, or who can figure this out without, like with this level of documentation. It's very complicated. At least for me. So this is spawning like a child process. I don't really know what the hell this does, to be quite honest. It's like replaces lines. Where Neovim is... Okay, this like finds a Neovim instance that's alive, it attaches to it. And then it can do stuff. Maybe we want to do something like this. And just have some sort of process running. Yeah, like a node child process. Maybe that's the idea. So like maybe we... But like where put this? How run this? I guess we'd have to run it separately. I don't think we want to do that. I think we just want to maybe run a function that just says like listen, like turn on your notifications. And then like there'll just be like a listener and an event emitter, an event publisher or whatever. There's really not a lot of other examples for how to use the stuff. There's examples here. What do we got? We got like decorators. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I mean, I've just been doing it kind of the more functional way. Edit, demo, beautify. What is that? Where's that file? Edit, demo, beautify this thing. Ugly.css and execute beautify CSS. I don't know where that demo is. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. I feel like we need to do this though too. We want to set the dev stuff to true. I feel like that will be better while we're developing. We'll just like refresh better. So I think if we did like, because Neovim is like the plugin thing in this case. So like if we did like Neovim dot set options and then dev, we set that like to true. And then maybe actually I think we have to do this like here. Node, node, node. Okay, I don't know what that is. Don't need this anymore. We understand the problems that were happening there. Okay, so this sets lines. If we have something that's subscribed, well, we can always check for messages too. But then again, like, how would we know? I guess we could just check for the messages like during the day. That feels a little bit not as good. I feel like we need a function that just listens. I feel like that's the idea. Or a command that will start listening. Because we can take this command called register command, for instance. go like that. Copy it. Why is this in here? I feel like that doesn't need to be there. I feel like this can be higher up. Now. Now we can get rid of this. Let's keep the npub. We'll keep the PK. We don't need an event. We do need a filter. Don't need that. We don't need any of this. Probably do need a pool. And we're just going to keep newing up the simple pool for now. And put the PK under that. Alright, we don't want to publish anything. And we can just write like get message. Get message. We do need a way to write. So I did like Neovim dot. I don't really know how to do that. There's like outright, like what, like why don't I have that? Like why? There's got to be a way. Let's see. I don't think anyone from our audience knows here. There's got to be a way to do it. Let's go take a look at my old noster.neovim plugin. I might have to start hooking into Lua now. Yeah. I just wrote it in straight up JavaScript before, which was really painful. List relays. Register function, publish, decode. Publish replaceable, yeah. Set active relay, remove relay, add relay, generate keys. None of these will get me data. Events. What does this do? I think it just creates an event, yeah. It does keys. I had to write my own logger before because Winston just was broken. This decodes, encodes. This manages relays. Publish. Yep. Yeah, none of this is actually that helpful. Set active relay. I want to see if there's anything like I can do with that plugin. Okay, I just passed the plugin through though. Register function. Okay, and this takes args. Okay, so that's how that works. Yeah, and then publish here takes in the plugin. So then if we go to Relay Manager, what can you do with the plugin? Oh, okay, you can do plugin.nvim.command. I think that's what we want. Yeah, and then we would do notify. Okay. Yeah. Yeah, alright. So let's try with that. What are we calling it? Like nvim.nvim? So we would have to use nvim.nvim? Yeah. Maybe we'll do, just to test this out, we'll take this, and instead of the console log, we'll do a notification. And, okay, this takes in something like this. So let's just do a little bit of this. String interpolation here, and then we'll say public, oh wait, we need to do like this. And that's for error. We probably want to do like info. And we'll say like published event or published note. And then we'll do event dot content. All right, and we'll ignore the res here. I don't really know if that really matters. I don't even know what that returns, honestly. Now we'll come back over here. Oh, we need to compile this. And we'll do nvim, we'll do update, remote plugins, jump over here, everything seems to work. You send message as that same user. All right, and there we go, we got the notification. Publish note, hello from Neovim 2. So that means that the await finished and all that works. Now, that uses vim.notify, right? It uses vim.notify. So we can probably, there's some library out there for notifications. Vim notifications and vim notify. Is this still like a thing? It was updated 2 months ago. Okay, yeah, I think it is. So this is going to hook in and it's going to look nice. So we're going to maybe use this. Setting it as your default notify function. That's what I think we're going to do here. So let's pull this in. They don't have a lazy thing, but they have one for DN, Vimplug, and Packer even. This is the problem with the churn in the Neovim ecosystem, like the absolute churn. I've used all of these. I've even used DN. I use DN too. I remember when I was using DN. That's from this guy. He's got a lot of Neovim plugins. This is like he's got like a whole ecosystem of plugins. Oh, okay, here we go. Let's just do it ourselves. So we'll do this. Let's see now. I don't know. I don't know how many people in here are chatters, but how many of you are tired of the churn? If I told you that lazy.nvim was going away right now as your plugin manager, how would you feel about that? If I told you there was going to be another plugin manager and that it's better than lazy and that you need to switch, you have to. How would you feel? Let's see. Because I'm getting tired of it. We'll go over here. We'll go here. We're going to say, this can go, I guess, in extras. We'll say spec user.extras.notify. Okay. And we'll go into Lua, user extras. We'll do notify.lua. All right, and we need to make this look like the other ones. So we'll just grab all of this code here, we'll paste that there. I think you just have to do this. We're not going to have any dependencies, I don't think. And then in the setup function, well, yeah, right. Turn's pretty tough. I feel like it's just between that and having to fix my broken config sometimes, it's a little painful. Oh, we got 8 people over in Twitch right now. Nope, rapidly dropped to 6. All right. Still. Now we're going to update it with the notify so that we can do this here. Okay. And now where's my thing? Okay. So instead of requiring anything, we're just going to set our notify function to that. So now when we get notifications, it should use Neovim notify. And everything is broken. Why? Bad argument. Probably not a big deal. I think it's installed now. Whatever. Moving on. Setting up the plugin. Okay. So now let's do send message. There you go. Publish note from hello from Neovim. Publish note hello from Neovim 2. Okay, and that worked. So now we can see that publishing gives us a cool little notification thing like that. The idea now though is to hopefully be able to listen for notifications and then just have them like show up like that. I think that would be cool. I don't really know how to achieve that. I feel like we've achieved a lot though. Like we've gotten we have TypeScript, we have it compiling to JavaScript, we're able to send messages outside of Neovim to relays. We would really just need to be able to listen now. And we know how to do vim.notify. So I wonder if we could just run a function and it'll just remain listening and it'll just call notify whenever it gets something. So let's see if we can make that happen, I guess. And then I feel like we'll really have achieved something. So the other function is going to be called listen. Yep, no problem. Have a good one. We're going to do listen for new notes, I guess, or maybe I'll just do listen for notes. And we're going to be listening from this particular user when he publishes them, which is us. And then we're going to listen on this relay, and then we're going to do this command here with the content. And yeah. So we have all of that. What does this say? Oh, that's relays. Okay, yeah. All right, so now let's go over here and do what is this? Subscribe many? I guess it's subscribe to many relays from authors on that, and when you get it, close. We don't want to close, I don't think. So I think we want to grab this. Okay, and then we have those relays there. Yeah, and that's using the spread operator, so it's just gonna like inline them. I mean, we can also just pass relays. Like, I feel like that's also fine. Authors, and now this is going to be the hex string of the mpub. So with authors here, then we're going to swap that out for pk. We're not going to close. Why is it H? I don't even know why he called it H. It doesn't matter. And then on the event, we're going to notify received note. All right. So this function will call this, and then hopefully it will stay alive and it will continue to listen. And yeah, probably need a way to like kill the connection. Maybe, hopefully it just kills it when I close Neovim. So now if we go over here, we'll quit, we'll reopen this, we'll do update remote plugins. We'll start Neovim again. We'll come over here. What's it? Get message? Why is it get message? I feel like we should have the listen message command. That's not good. Something. Oh shit. Duh. I knew I was gonna continuously get trolled by that. Come over here. Update remote plugins. Come back over here. We have listen for notes. Okay. Now. If we do listen for note, why doesn't it work? Oh, we probably need to reopen it. Now, if we do listen for notes, we're listening. Okay, we just got them all. So, okay, the problem is we just got them all. We're going to need to do a thing where like we're listening like in the future, so we need to put a filter. And now we'll do... So we're listening already. So now we'll do send message. There we go. Publish note and receive note. So technically, if you had this all set up right now, I could send you notes and they would show up. They would show up right there. They would show up in the notifications like that. So like I could send you a message directly from Neovim. I think that's kind of neat. Like obviously I did it by myself here, but yeah, we have an event listener now. So there you go. Published note, hello from Neovim 2. Received note, hello from Neovim 2. That means the listener's working. That's pretty cool. I'll probably flesh this out into a more, easy to use interface in the future. But we can like talk via Neovim now. We have like Neovim chat. So if you have this set up and you're listening, you have like a list of public keys that you're listening to. Like, so if I give you my public key, now you can run that listen command. And then I guess we could do it in a way where I would like have to like send it to you or something. There's ways to do it, but it doesn't matter. Like you could just get my status or something like that too. Like if I publish like a note or whatever, it's almost like if I tweet, you can just see my tweet directly in Neovim. But also we can do encrypted messaging back and forth where we can target each other too and do it that way. But this is like already, I think, pretty cool. I don't know. Yeah, I'm happy with that. I think I have to find a way to like set this up so that I can make a good demo. But yeah, so I think I'm probably going to call it there. I'll leave this video up just so people can see like how this works and they can see all of my pain going through actually setting it up. But yeah, I'm pretty happy with this. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this up. I might play with it outside the stream, but probably during the next stream, I will have refined this so that you can generate your own public key and secret key, and then you can just send messages to Nasser from Neovim, and then you can send messages like to me, or you can listen to messages from like other people who have this set up. And yeah. So we'll do that next time. Successful stream. I will